It was late afternoon and I was walking home. I was almost out of the forest when I saw a bush rustle and I heard quiet steps. They were rapid. I thought it was a deer. There aren't many deer and I love to see them, so I followed the noise. It led me to a clearing in a part of the forest I had never been in before. When the creature walked into the clearing, I was shocked. It was almost 15 feet tall and had black, shaggy, thick fur. Its face seemed oddly dog-like, and it had large, almond-shaped, blank black eyes. Its legs were long and spindly and ended in a sharp point. I had never seen a creature like this before, and there was blood on its mouth. It paused for a moment, as if sensing what was nearby. Then it looked directly at me. The moment it set eyes on me, I knew it was a mistake to follow the strange noise. It seemed like the creature could see my soul. I ran as fast as I could in one direction, but what seemed like hours of running, I still couldn't find the end of the forest. I knew I had only followed that sick creature for a few minutes, but hours of running couldn't get me back. I was lost. I checked behind me for the creature, and I saw it wasn't there. I relaxed a little, but I was still tense from the fact that I couldn't get out. I heard a voice ahead of me, so I sprinted to it. I finally emerged from the forest on the sidewalk. The voice had been the police. My mother ran over and hugged me from behind. I screamed, thinking it was the beast. I guess I had been in that forest for a while, and my mom got worried. I got home and forgot all about that monster in the endless forest. I sat up in bed and put on my glasses to see the clock. 2:39 a.m., it read. I wondered what had woken me for a moment. I decided I just had a nightmare and didn't remember it. I try to go back to sleep, but it eludes me. I go to get a drink of water, and I hear a tapping. I look out the window, but it's too dark to see anything. I dismiss it as a branch. I get my water and hop into bed. I fall asleep after a while and wake up with a jolt from my nightmare. I was being chased by that beast, endlessly, until its extreme speed had gotten it close enough to lunge a meter in the air and land straight on top of me. I checked the clock. 9:34 it said. I'd slept in with that nightmare. Great, I thought. I wasted a few hours of my day, and I got scared out of my skin. I walked downstairs to get some breakfast, but oddly no one else was there. Probably went to work early, I told myself, but I felt like someone or something was watching me. I knew I didn't have a guardian angel, because if I did, then that creature never would have looked at me. I thought a bit about the creature, and that it might have kidnapped my parents, or worse, killed them. I went online and searched around. I found only a small bit of information about the creature. It was called a strider. It hunts animals and tears off their legs before feasting on their bodies. If a human follows them, then they will hunt down that person until they are dead. The thought that the strider would not stop until I was dead unsettled me. I researched until lunchtime and found out that no one who had encountered the monster survived more than a few months after the encounter. I also found a few other names that people called that thing: Stiltwalker and Forest Strider. It was time that my parents came home from work for their break, but they didn't. I called their work, but I was told that they hadn't come. I called 911 to report missing people. After the police left, I decided to end this. I walked to the forest and followed the tracks I had made in the mud to the clearing. The strider stood tall and strong over a decapitated cow. There were gore and entrails everywhere around the carcass. I felt like I was going to be sick, but I spoke to the creature. "If I give you my life, will you leave my parents alone?" It quickly looked at me and began to slowly creep towards me. It made no sound as it stalked. When it was close enough, it lunged at me, just like in my nightmare. Only I didn't run away. Months passed, and the news on the murdered child had died down. No one had seen me or my parents since the murder. The strider still walks the forest in search of its next meal. If you enter the forest in late afternoon, then be prepared and don't follow that strange noise.